Well, Happy New Year and good morning to you. This is Randy. My name is Randy. And I'm going to read this morning to you from Daniel 1. And Daniel's not a very good derelict. The thing is, he's kind of a rebellious person against the norm. I'm going to be looking into the Levites at some point, and into John the Baptist and Samson and others that had long hair and beards and so forth, but not so much as a point that you should do that, just as a theme of things to look at. And I do wonder about the Levites and some of their dietary things. Daniel's theme here and his dietary thing, we're going to find is completely different from what I think I should be eating right now. I just don't do well on nothing but vegetables. And most of you probably already know that Daniel at one point. Well, here's the story. Daniel 1:1. And I'm reading from the King James Version this morning. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem, and besieged it. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand with part of the vessels of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar to the house of his God. And he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his God. Now these are little g gods when they're not referring to Jehovah. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof they might stand before the king. Now, 3 years is interesting because often nutritional studies will read about they'll be 6 weeks or 3 months. A year is a long one. They follow some people with questionnaires and things, but usually they don't actually study them. Our general thought is that for some reason these people were separated almost in a prison environment. The thought that's always been put forth to me, I don't know that, but it would seem that they would separated these people out and fed them differently, made sure that they were getting these foods and not getting other foods. Now among these were of the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names, for he gave unto Daniel the name of Belshazzar, and to Hananiah of Shadrach, and to Mishael of Meshach, and to Azariah of Abednego. So that's your Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego that has been sung about much. But Daniel proposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with a portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now God had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, whom hath appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your face worse liking than the children which are of your sort? Then shall you make me endanger my head to the king. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. Then let our countenance be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat. And as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he considered to them in this matter, and proved them 10 days. 10 days, very short time. And at the end of 10 days their countenance appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. Sorry, but we don't like people getting fat today. It's not our favorite thing to do. Apparently, that's what was happening to them. They ate a lot of fat vegetables and got fat. Thus Melzar took away the portion of their meat and the wine that they should drink, and gave them pulse. And as for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Now at the end of the days that the king had said he should bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar. And the king communed with them, and among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king. And in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all of his realm. And Daniel continued even to the 1st year of King Cyrus. Okay, so the king was going to feed on meat and wine. And that's apparently what all the other children of Israel there had. Don't know how many others he might have included. He did include these 4 and had them stand before the king after they had gone through the process of eating nothing unclean to their religion at the time. The Jewish religion, as Old Testament shows, had these rules for what they could eat, and it said that those rules were set up by God for not only to respect Him, but for their health as well. And so in this case, these guys eating vegetables for 3 years came out better than a bunch of people having a party eating sausages and drinking wine. So that's my take on it for today. Now I don't think Daniel got fat. I think they exercise these people and exercise in vegetables. If you're not young people, generally a good thing, I think. I don't think the Syndrome X type thing shows up until much later in life, and diabetes and all that in most cases. And certainly they weren't eating cornflakes or Tootsie Rolls or any of that stuff. I'm sure they had their own versions of sweet stuff, but that's not what was going on here. Turn it off. Goodbye.